I tell men to do kickboxing, to lift heavy, to take risks, to live dangerously. I don't think women should live dangerously. I think women should live safely, comfortably. They should have an easy life. I think men should do the opposite. Men should have a hard life. Why would it be a good thing to teach young girls that they should live a man's life? To work hard and make money, be promiscuous. Girls, don't downplay the value that you have, your ability to create life and continue our species. What's up, you guys? I already drank my coffee, so I'll just get straight into it with a question. Why are men and women... So I decided I'm gonna wear the pink ears when it's female nature, or if it's anything to do with women, I'm gonna have a pink light and the pink fuzzy ears. And if it's about men's mental health education or anything self-improvement, purpose, these kind of topics, I'll wear a white robe and I'll make the color blue. Because it's the new year and I'm gonna start making a lot more videos. My goal is to make daily videos, long form. I want you guys to be able to, like, if you prefer the female nature, women related topics, you can just tell from the screenshot, from the thumbnail, what the topic is. And then if you care more about the purpose, self-improvement, men's mental health stuff, then you can look at the thumbnail and know what it's going to be about. So this video, because of the ears, the pink light, it's about men and women. Why are men and women so unhappy? Why are relationships falling apart? Why does it seem like there's constant conflict between the sexes? The root is, as the usual culprit, is modern society. Society teaching young people, teaching young women especially, to be strong, independent women. This ideology of gender equality, this is at the root of the problem. They're teaching young women to live the lives of men, to compete with men. Society has forgotten that there are two worlds, the man world and the female world. Men should compete with other men. Women should compete with other women in completely separate worlds. There should be the feminine world, the masculine world of competition. Men and women should not be competing. We should be cooperating. That is what is the natural course of things. Men and women come together, we cooperate to raise a family, to create life, and to raise those children so that society develops over time and progresses forward. This whole idea of gender equality and feminism and women living the lives of men, getting an education and so that they can have a career, putting off starting a family as long as possible so they can make a bunch of money, so they can compete with men to make money. And this is because women were historically, they were oppressed. They were, that's the best word for it. They were oppressed. They didn't have rights. They couldn't go to school. They couldn't get jobs. So when that became an option, this is where the problem started. Women were being taught in schools that they should live these lives like a man's life. A woman can do anything a man can do. And that's fine. A woman can potentially do anything a man can do, but why would she want to? Why would it be a good thing to teach young girls that they should live a man's life? To work hard and make money and be promiscuous, be like sexual conquests. This is a man's world. This is what men do. Men spread their seed. far and wide. Genghis Khan had thousands of children. This is what a man is supposed to do because biologically, it stems from biology. Men have infinite sex cells. We can generate an infinite supply of sperm. This biological fact lends itself to us having many sexual partners. A woman's biology is very different. In contrast, they have very limited amount of sex cells. Their eggs, they're born with like 400 eggs. They have a very limited fertility window, a limited number of years. So their sexual strategy is very different from men. They should not be promiscuous. They should not have a high quantity of sexual partners. Instead, they should have a high quality, and they should try to get ideally one sexual partner, the best one possible, to get the highest genetic material for her offspring. This is the female sexual strategy based on biological facts. And when women try to live the lives of men, this creates all kinds of problems. I really think feminism and this ideology of gender equality it's ruined millions, if not billions of lives in the past few decades because it's unnatural. Men and women are not meant to compete in the same world. We have separate worlds. Women compete with women for mates, for getting the best man possible, and men compete with other men for resources. And just because men compete with other men for resources so they can attract mates, that doesn't technically mean that you need money to attract women. In fact, that could actually hurt you. You could be shooting yourself in the foot if you're leading with your wallet and trying to use your money as a way to attract women. This is anti-seductive. Men who do this are unattractive because they're using some kind of external value in order to attract women. And the woman feels, she doesn't think this logically, but the woman has a sense that he's compensating with money because he lacks internal value. A man who leads with his wallet and tries to use external value as a means of attracting women, this signals weakness, actually. Because if you're using external value to try to get women, you're probably pursuing women and trying to impress them and trying to make yourself seem so great. Oh, look at me, I make a lot of money and I'm fit and healthy, breed with me. This is the message you're trying to send. But women want pre-selected men. Women want the man that all the other women want. And the man that all the other women want, he doesn't need to impress. He doesn't need to do anything. All he does is exist because he has internal value, and he knows that. So all he has to do is exist and filter out the women he wants to sleep with. That's what the pre-selected man does. That's how he behaves. He doesn't try to impress anyone. But this is going besides the point. Although it's related to female nature, so it's kind of on point. But anyway, the problem is men and women are taught to compete instead of cooperate. We're supposed to be cooperating. Men are supposed to compete with other men. Women compete with other women. There was a young woman here the other day, and she was telling me about, she wants to start some new healthy habits for the new year. I showed her my perfect day thing. It's from the Christmas video. If you guys want to watch that, I tell you to create your own traditions. And I say what my Christmas tradition is, which is to have a perfect day where I check off all 11 good habits and I abstain from the 3 vices I track. And this is what I tell other guys to do. I tell them to have a habit tracking calendar so they can track their habits, because your habits is what you become. We're always becoming something. We're either becoming better or we're becoming worse. We're never staying the same. And doing these healthy habits, meditation, gratitude journaling, gym, cold showers, reading, practicing music. These good habits will ensure that you're becoming a better version of yourself over time instead of a worse version. But for women, a big part of self improvement for men is discipline, hardship. I always tell you guys to reject modern comfort and ease and pleasure and embrace struggle and hardship and difficulty and challenge. I don't have the same advice for women. That's advice for men. This is to make you more masculine. Hardship, challenge, like trauma, these things make you more masculine and strip your feminine energy. So if a woman does those same things, she will become more masculine and less feminine, which I don't think is wise for a woman. Women should not be competing with men on the same metrics. They have their own metrics that they should be trying to become more beautiful, more loving and nurturing and vibrant and playful and soft and warm and gentle, these nice feminine qualities. They should not be trying to do masculine things. Hardship and discipline, this is for men to improve ourselves, to make ourselves more masculine. I recommend ease, comfort, pleasure, not too much pleasure, but definitely ease and comfort and play. You should be playing and enjoying life. This is what preserves feminine energy. So, men and women aren't designed to be enemies. We're designed by nature to work together. So, how do we fix this? How do we solve this problem of competition between men and women? How do we start cooperating instead of competing with each other? The solution starts with understanding each other, understanding our inherent traits, our strengths and weaknesses, our complementary opposite strengths and weaknesses. So whereas men are meant to compete with ourselves, with each other, to sharpen our skills, to make us stronger, we thrive on competition. This testosterone makes us competitive. It makes us risk takers. This is why men have way more testosterone than women. We are naturally meant to compete. Men are builders, providers, protectors. We're meant to strengthen ourselves and bring value to the world. We spend our lives developing ourselves and then giving that value to the world. Women are born with their value. Women are creators of life. Men create the world and women create the life that inhabits that world. We have complementary strengths. We're supposed to work together. A man's strength is his will and his physical strength, his intellectual strength. A woman's strength is her beauty, her emotional intelligence, her ability to create life, her ability to build and maintain a family. This is hugely important. I think it would benefit young women to learn about their own nature and what suits them based on their biology. And it's not a career and casual sex, making money and fucking. That's a man's world. A woman's world is nurturing and sustaining a family, creating a life and nurturing that life, children. That is a woman's inherent natural purpose. And women are so lucky to have this purpose that they're just born with. They're born with this value to create life, this ability to create life. All they have to do is not squander that value. And it's not easy, especially in the modern world with feminism and these temptations to live a man's life. It's more of an indoctrination. Young girls are indoctrinated into this set of beliefs that they should pursue a man's life instead of a woman's life. And I know it's traditionally a man's life, traditionally a woman's life, but traditions are based on real things like biology, like I said. And yeah, it's great that women have the option to live a man's life if they want to. Not all billions of women are the same, and not all of them are going to feel fulfilled creating and nurturing a life. Maybe some of them would be fulfilled living a man's life, having a career, not having a family, being sexually promiscuous. Maybe some women exist that are like that. I'm sure they do, but I think it's a very tiny, tiny fraction of the female population. I think most women would be much more happy and fulfilled living in a woman's world, competing in the woman's world, preserving their feminine energy and the value they were born with, while men do the opposite, the complementary opposite, while men compete in a man's world, enhancing their strength, building themselves, building their value in the world. Men are not born with any value. We have to build it, which is what a lot of my videos are about, how to build your value as a man. So we have to kind of understand why these traditional gender roles exist and align our lives to what would actually fulfill us and make us happy, and not just go based off societal conditioning, because the societal conditioning is leading women astray. It's leading men astray. It's never been more dangerous to be part of the herd and to take on the beliefs of the herd. The herd will lead you astray. It will lead you off a cliff. I'm making these videos so hopefully someone can be led away from the herd, create their own path in life. And if you're a woman watching this and you think for you, your unique path in life is to have a career, to build a business, and to make money for yourself, and to forego having a family, do you. But I think that's rare. I think most women would benefit from living a traditionally female, feminine lifestyle. So I say all this to say we need cooperation over competition. Competition is great, men amongst men, women amongst women, but they're different worlds of competition. When men focus on building the best version of themselves, competing with other men, testing their limits, building wealth, this creates stability and protection. And when women focus on women stuff, feminine beauty, nurturing, all this soft things that I don't really understand because it's the opposite of me. But when they focus on that, they create harmony and life. Life is a pretty big deal. People think I'm downplaying the female role. I'm like, oh, let the men compete and make money and do all these great things. The female role to create and nurture life, that is essential. That is huge. That's very important. Girls, don't downplay the value that you have. Your ability to create life and continue our species. This is very important. This is very valuable. So you have the men competing and developing themselves, building empires, creating wealth and resources. You have women being loving and nurturing and creating a life, a legacy. This perpetuates the species. This pushes our civilization forward. When everything is in harmony, when there's this balance of yin and yang, masculine and feminine. The less of a balance, the more that the women become masculine from work and discipline and hardship and challenge, and the more that the men become feminine from ease and comfort and pleasure, the more the dynamic gets screwed up, and that's the source of all the conflict, the suffering, the breakups. That's the source of civilizational decline. So let's work together. Let's not compete. Men and women should not compete. We should cooperate. We work together. I have my strengths. The woman has her strengths. We come together. We create families, legacies, and a better world for everyone. So men, I'm going to keep making videos on men's mental health, self-improvement habits. For the women, you don't need to be doing this stuff. If you should meditate, you should journal, you should read. That's all great. You should be doing that stuff. That's for everyone. It's not only for men. But the reason I call it men's mental health education is because men's mental health and women's mental health are very different. I should get around to making this video, men's mental health versus women's mental health. But I tell men to do kickboxing, to lift heavy, to push themselves, to test their limits, to take risks, to live dangerously. I don't think women should live dangerously. I think women should live safely, comfortably. They should have an easy life. I think men should do the opposite. Men should have a hard life. A hard life makes you more masculine. An easy life preserves feminine energy. I don't want my men to be cultivating their feminine energy by living a comfortable, easy life. We should all live in our worlds that nature assigned to us. There are people who were born male, but they feel like a female. I think this is due to when they were in the womb, there's like 2 times when there's a bunch of testosterone released in the womb. The first time makes your genitals what they are, a penis, if there's enough testosterone. And then the second time makes your brain male. And it can happen where the first release of testosterone in the womb was enough and you got a penis. But then the second release was not enough and you got a female brain, but you have a penis. So these things happen. And I'm not here to tell people how to live their lives, because we are all individuals. I'm a huge advocate for individualism and carving your own path and being who you are. I'm discussing societal trends on like a global scale, billions of people, when I talk about this topic. Make your own judgments for how you want to live your life. Don't listen to me. I'm just talking about the societal decline and the ideologies that fueled that decline. If you like this topic, leave a comment. If you agree, disagree, please tell me in the comments. Like the video if you want me to make more videos like this. Eventually I'll go back and I'll see which videos have the most likes, and then I'll make more videos like that. Right now I'm still experimenting. All right guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, and subscribe to the channel. Peace.